stories where we tell behind the scenes stories of the fire department and people that work in the fire department. My name is Bob, and this is Doug over here. And today we have a special treat. We have Sue, and Sue is from our communications division. All our stories have been about our suppression division, so we thought we better bring in Sue to give her some equal time.
Sure.
And you know, communications have changed so much in the fire department. Like we just said, Sue started in 1989. You know,
Pen and paper.
yeah, pen and paper stuff. You know, and it went to screens, to computers.
Yes.
Right. I remember even like on our end, the technical part, we started into the incident command system with a specific language, right? Like nothing showing, right? So this started off in the fire college, and a couple of guys came back, and it was one of our captains came back, right? And he got to it, and he had all this, and he says, "Yeah, we're going to start this stuff, right?" And they went to a place and they got it, and it says, "Okay, engine something arrived, nothing showing," and everybody thought he said, "This place is going."
I'm sure Com's thought the same thing too,
yeah,
because no one would have told us, right?
Yeah, we didn't know what this language is all about. But you must have a lot of good stories about the communication stuff.
It's going, Bob.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I could tell you some basically stories of how comms extracted information from callers that were either hard to understand, whether they're elderly or even a child.
How many questions on an average would you have to ask before you can get enough information to make a dispatch?
Well, I think the most important information is you got to know if somebody's calling 911, we would answer fire department, where is your emergency? So you need to know where they are to get their address, because by getting their address is going to determine what equipment or station is going to respond, the closest one to that call, right? So we got to know where and then what it is.
The nature of the call.
The nature of the call, right? So the one call I can recall is this woman calling, and I answer fire department, where's your emergency? And all I'm getting is just screaming, like blood-curdling screaming. But she must have said enough when she called 911 that she needed the fire department. So we got the call, and I'm trying to get the address out of her and trying to determine, okay, so we got her address. Now I need to know what's going on. Like, is there a fire?
You couldn't lock the address in? Like, doesn't it come up on the comms?
Well, this was before we even, so it's just the phone. So I'm having to write down the address.
Oh, wow.
So we're getting the address, and she's screaming and trying to determine whether, is it a fire? Like, what is it? And I couldn't get any answer. So I'm like, okay, heck, I'm sending it as a fire. I'm trying to tell her, can you get out of the house? So we sent it as a structure fire.
Okay.
So structure fire, you get a lot more units, right? No other calls. Usually if there's a structure fire, especially during the day, you're going to get some other 911 calls. Nothing. And so we sent it out, possible structure fire. Women with advice, to leave the house, screaming. They get there, and you know how you say about incident command?
Yeah.
Nothing. And we're going in comms, we're going, okay, what the heck's going on? But this was before incident command. So if we didn't have the computer,
So we're here.
So it's really quiet. Sometimes when it's really quiet, it means that it's a good working fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or and then all of a sudden, we have the first captain or crew that's in saying, 765, you can return everybody. We're going, what the heck's going on? So the vehicles start, returning, and then the captain goes, yeah, we're going to be returning soon. So, like, how can somebody go from screaming, possible structure fire, to like nothing? Nothing, right? So even if you were dispatching, you're thinking, okay, we got something going, right?
Something,
So it took it took them to come back, because at that time we didn't have incident command. He came back, and you know what it was? Any guesses? Why do you think someone would be freaking out?
Animal.
Yeah, I've had a bunny before, something like that. No, it was burnt popcorn in the microwave.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
She was so apoplectic
Oh,
that
like
she couldn't even tell
she
you
could
where-
no. Well, we got an address out of her,
That's
but
weird, yeah,
that's all
yeah.
I could get because I mean there was you have to have so much time. You got to send, especially if it's an emergency,
yeah,
right? You got to
absolutely.
extract the information quickly and
So-
off you go.
So, I'm not sure if the police do or not, but they're on a separate system. Now do we have a system that somebody calls and you can tell where they are from the phone?
Yes, yeah, and the computer aided is yeah.
It tells
Yeah, we
you.
can.
And
And it can
the-
kind of
and
pinpoint,
cell
so the
phone?
map would come up,
Yeah.
and so you can kind of get a general idea.
But you
of
call
where they-
911, it goes right to the police station. Right?
Yes, so they're the primary
So they're
answering.
listening in on everything.
Yes.
that's
Oh, yeah,
going
they're
on.
listening.
So they
Yeah,
would have
with
sent an
us as
officer.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they would have sent an officer too. And there's many stories about that.
Oh, is there?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I'm sure Doug has stories about
Hey,
that.
Doug, remember the competition we had with the police? We used to get pissed off if that's when you guys were in the police dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
We used to get pissed off if the ambulance got to a fire call before we did.
For us, yeah.
Oh, police, more police.
Or
yeah,
the police
please,
got
yeah.
there before. You know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it was a really competitive business then. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to remember when they're answering the 911, they're listening,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? So, and then we're trying to extract the information to get the right units going.
Yeah.
And then they're just broadcasting. So whoever officers are clear, they're going to be going to that call.
So they get it right off the bat.
Yeah, they
Just-
get it
all
right
they
off
need
the
is
bat.
an address. Right?
Yeah, and they're
You
going.
need-
Where for a fire, it's more specific, unit specific, right?
Yeah, oh, geez, how come
Yeah.
it takes so long? You know, they get it before us. I remember one time, there was an apartment on Coburn Road, Coburn and Dundas maybe, and anyways, it's maybe a 7 or 8 story apartment, and there's a lady on the top floor that was smoking in bed, an old elderly lady, right? And she started her mattress on fire. She expired, but the police got the thing first.
I remember this.
Yeah,
Do you remember this? You must remember this.
and he went up, and he got overcome with smoke, you know, and we had to take him down with his arm around our shoulders, all the way down the stairs.
I remember that
Yeah.
because we had to get an ambulance for him.
And yeah, absolutely, and treat him when we got to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took this poor lady and you know and he could have been a hero really. Like
Yeah.
I'm not cutting him down at all because he was in there and the smoke was at a certain level and he could see her legs.
On the bed.
Yeah, coming down right. And he thought, oh, but it was hot, really hot. So he reached up and grabbed her legs and pulled, and all the skin, there's subcutaneous fat, and that starts to get soft, right? And all the skin just peeled off in his hands, right? And that's when he started to throw up.
Yeah.
And of course, that put him in a bad position.
That would have been yes. So he would never forget that.
No.
There's some awful things that's been seen over the years. So
PSTV.
That's a. But anyways, we'll end on a somber
On a
note.
somber note,
Start
yeah.
on a laugh and end on a somber note. But a lot of times that was like in the fire
It was,
department.
yeah.
It was,
and that's how we ended up having a lot of roundtable talks. So because you did include communications.
Yes, we did.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if there was a working fire and another unit had to cover in, say, downtown, either at the old hall or even at the new hall, a lot of times firefighters and definitely captains would come up in the comm room and because they want to hear what's going on. And that's why we would really be able to chat and have a few laughs and get the stress off, right?
Yeah, because of course with this natural competition between divisions even, it's something, somebody made a mistake, it's got to be
Yeah, it's that
that way, right?
But I think a lot of times
So it's
suppression and comms were
pretty
very,
close.
very closely
Very
linked.
We had to be because you guys were a
Yeah.
right hand, really. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed our stories as much as we enjoyed telling them
Yes.
with Sue. We post every Friday, so if you press the follow button, it will come to your mailbox automatically, or at least we'll notify you that we're posted. So until next week, stay safe and goodbye.
Right.
Bye now.
That was a good one, guys.
That's it. I don't even remember what we were really talking about.